Hi, I'm Brian Davis, the amateur cook with time on his hands. Welcome to Lockdown Kitchen. In this episode, we're going to make chicken tikka masala, which is one of Britain's national dishes and definitely our most loved curry. Okay, we're going to do the marination. I've got a kilo of chicken thighs cut into bite-sized pieces. My spices, I've got 2 teaspoons of chopped garlic, 2 teaspoons of ginger paste, 3 teaspoons of garam masala, 2 teaspoons of turmeric, 1 teaspoon each of salt, black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and a teaspoon of red chili powder, and a cup of yogurt. So all I'm going to do is put all of that in there. I'm just going to mix it all in, and then I'm going to leave it overnight. I find overnight is the best. You get all the flavour infused into the chicken, and the yogurt does its job of making the chicken tender. But if you're short of time, you could leave it for half an hour. The flavour would just, it's not as smooth, not as throughout the chicken, but it would be okay. But I like overnight. This will go in a plastic bag in the fridge, ready for me to cook the chicken tikka masala tomorrow. Okay, there's our marinated chicken which has been left overnight. A lot of recipes say that you should fry this for 3 or 4 minutes, set it aside. But chicken tikka masala is made from grilled chicken. So I've got my trusty Breville grill here. So I'm going to grill off the chicken and then introduce it into the curry. That way it stops all the marinade becoming a sauce when you try to fry it, and you have a better taste and I think look to the chicken pieces. Okay, we're ready to go. That's nice and hot. Put the lid down. And we'll check that in a few minutes. Okay, this is just coming up to 2 minutes. Oh yes, and you can see we've got some nice colour to the chicken. Okay, we'll just close that down for another couple of minutes. You can see all this liquid coming off, which would have been, if I'd fried this off, would have been in my sauce. And I want a thick, creamy sauce. I don't want anything to dilute it and make it thinner. So I'm a big advocate of grilling your chicken rather than just frying it, because you can't separate it from the marinade. That's 4 minutes now, and I'm happy with the colour that I've got there. So quickly we'll take these off and cook the next batch. We'll just clean the grill a little bit with this tool that comes with the grill. I'm a big fan of Breville home appliances. They're reasonably priced, they work well, they're durable. My wok's a Breville that you see in most of the videos. I've also got a Breville bread maker, which I've not used very much, to be honest, but now I've started the YouTube channel, I will be experimenting with that. So let's put the second batch on now. Before we get on with making the chicken tikka masala, I'll just go through the other ingredients we're going to use. Because once we've got all the spices ready, it's really quite simple. It's onions, tomatoes and cream. There's some canola oil and butter, a tablespoon of each. I'm going to use this to fry off the onions. I'm going to use a can of diced tomatoes, and then add 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. If I want to change the colour a bit, I may add a third, but I'll decide that when I'm cooking the dish. And we want about 1 1/4 cups of fresh cream just to finish it off, along with our spice mix. Just quickly go through the spices that I'm going to use for the chicken tikka masala sauce. We've got ginger paste, or you can use freshly grated ginger, 1 tablespoon. I've got 1 1/2 tablespoons of finely chopped ginger. I've actually used store-bought ginger because I had some in the fridge and I wanted to use it up. We've then got 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. We're going to be using quite a lot of tomatoes, so the the sugar just offsets the slight bitterness you can get from tomatoes. We've got 1 teaspoon of salt, we've got 3 teaspoons of garam masala, 2 teaspoons of turmeric, 1.5 teaspoons of brown pepper. I use brown pepper instead of cumin. I'm not a great big fan of cumin. And finally, coriander powder, 1 teaspoon. As I said, as this is the first time I've done this, I'm going to just play it by ear, but you'll see what we exactly use when we cook off the dish in a few minutes. Okay, I'm now going to start on the sauce. Chicken tikka masala. These are my onions. I've blitzed them quite fine so that they are not so noticeable in the sauce. I want the sauce a little bit chunky from the tomatoes, but still not lumpy, chewing into things. The tomatoes are in. I'm going to add now my garlic. Let that cook off. Wow, those onions are strong. You see, I've put the canola oil and the butter, 1 tablespoon of each. And with my ginger. The reason I'm using ginger paste is I have it in the fridge. It's always better to go with fresh ginger if you ask me, but I want to use up the ingredients that are in my fridge. I don't want them staying there and then I have to throw them away after a few months when they've expired. Now in with all my spices. I think I've mentioned before when I've done curry videos, it's important you cook up the spice. Wow, they are pungent. Oh, I got a good whiff there. Wow. That's not Corona, that's chili. I'm not adding my sugar just yet because I don't want it to caramelise. I'm going to have a little bit of my juice from my tomatoes. Wow. I hope I haven't overdone it on the spice. You know what I'm like. On all these dishes, you adjust the herbs, the spices, the salt, the pepper to what you like. So let's put all the tomatoes in now. There we go. See, that's nice and thick, so now I'm in control of how thick this sauce is going to be. I've decided to use 3 tablespoons tomato paste, not the 2 that I mentioned earlier. The colour there, deep red, that's going to lighten when we put the cream in, of course, right at the end. I save all my jars. You notice I put little labels on and stuff. I reuse all my jars. I don't like to throw anything away unless I have to. I've got the sugar, that 1 teaspoon of sugar is just to take the edge off the tomatoes. When I taste the sauce before, I will decide if I have to add any more sugar, but usually 1 teaspoon does it, sometimes 2. I'm going to have a quick taste just to judge the level of chili spices in there, see if I need to make any adjustments. No, quite happy with that, just the right amount of heat. That's going to mellow down as it cooks off. Okay, we're just getting up to 10 minutes. I have been checking on it and stirring it. I'm now going to add in my cream, 1 1/4 cups. This is what gives the masala sauce a rich and smooth taste, and it really takes the edge off the chili and the spices. I'm turning the wok off at the moment until I get this fully incorporated. I don't want it to curdle or turn or separate out. Look at that. That is the consistency of the sauce that I was looking to get. I've turned the wok back on now. I like using my wok, but you've got to be careful to keep the sides clean, otherwise it cooks the sauce. I like using the wok because I can cook quite fast. It works very well on YouTube, where I can show you what I'm doing in 1 pan. So we've got that incorporated. It started to boil again. In we go with that chicken. Now we've only really got to cook this off now for another 5 minutes because, as you saw earlier, the chicken was almost done. So we just need to get the chicken warm in a few minutes to cook it right through. Wow, I'm so pleased with this. This is one of the recipes that I haven't tried before. I just went straight off the bat and made the video. Okay, that's 5 minutes. It's been simmering nicely. I'm gonna put this in a serving bowl, present it to you, then we're gonna have the taste test, but I already know it's gonna be fantastic. Okay, here we go. We've got to finish with the taste test. It's not very often I impress myself, but the chicken is cooked perfectly. The marinade has done its job. The sauce is creamy and spicy, not overpowering. I'm happy with this one. My name's Brian Davis, the amateur cook with time on his hands. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. If you would like me to do any recipes for you that you want to try but would like me to try first so you can see it, just put them in the comments below. I'll try virtually anything. Thanks very much. See you next time.